Welcome to Spotlight on Safety, Episode 9. I'm Hannah Kingsley, CFO of RSSB. Today, I'm joined by Penny Hatton and Elliot James to discuss freight safety and growth. We'll be exploring how this vital sector powers the UK economy, the challenges it faces, and the collaborative solutions driving its safe and sustainable future. Hi, Penny and Elliot. Let's get right into it. Freight seems vital to the UK, but how much does it really contribute to the economy?
Freight is a cornerstone of the UK economy, supporting a vast network of industries and millions of jobs. The UK's freight system involves around 195,000 businesses and employs 2.5 million people. If you think about it, everything from the food on our shelves to the materials used in construction relies on efficient freight movement, so it really is an important sector.
That's a lot. But where does rail freight fit into the picture?
It plays a crucial role, delivering around £2.5 billion in annual economic and social benefits. Beyond the financial impact, it's a key player in reducing carbon emissions as well as easing road traffic congestion.
Can you elaborate on how rail freight helps with emissions and congestion?
Certainly. A single freight train can replace up to 129 heavy goods vehicle journeys. Even if a freight train does use diesel, it still produces 70% less CO2 per tonne than road transport. So there's a big economic and environmental benefit of moving to rail freight.
That's a really compelling argument for rail freight. But what challenges lie ahead, particularly concerning rail reform and future capacity?
You're right. Whilst rail freight is vital, it's not without its hurdles. We're facing the rollout of the European train control system and the urgent need to address climate change, just like the rest of the rail industry. Rail reform probably won't lead to renationalisation of the freight sector, but in the reform railway, we must ensure there is sufficient capacity for freight. The key concern is securing sufficient network capacity. The new framework must guarantee adequate pathway capacity, essentially track space, not only to meet current demands, but to facilitate the sector's ambitious growth targets.
Speaking of growth, I understand there's a target for 75% growth by 2050. How will the sector achieve that?
Achieving that ambitious goal requires a strong focus on safety, building on rail's excellent track record. This will boost customers' confidence through reliable services, and collaboration across the sector is also essential.
What specific safety challenges need to be addressed?
To maintain and build upon its strong safety record, the sector must tackle several key areas. First, we need to improve our understanding of freight vehicle condition and enhance our ability to identify potential risks. This requires developing better methods of assessing wagon failure risks and integrating freight safety data with asset condition data across the entire sector. Secondly, we must streamline train preparation and maintenance processes. This means ensuring all necessary tasks are covered comprehensively, while preventing duplication or oversight. This is particularly challenging as freight operating companies sometimes handle maintenance themselves, requiring careful coordination and alignment.
So beyond safety, what else is needed for freight growth?
A common strategy for managing freight safety data is essential, and it needs to make sure that all vehicles meet safety standards as well as a new performance need.
It sounds like a lot of work. So how is RSSB helping with these challenges?
Well, we recognise the importance of rail freight, both to the rail industry and the communities it serves. So supporting the freight sector is both a big part of our annual and 5-year strategic plans. So, for example, one of our 6 industry challenges is specifically focused on freight, and it's also part of the rail health and safety strategy. We work closely with the sector to tackle freight challenges through initiatives like the Freight Safe Steering Group and the Senior Leaders Freight Collaboration Charter.
What is the Freight Safe Steering Group?
This group is focused on growing freight safely. Through their Freight Safe program, they are driving collaboration, including how freight operators and Network Rail can team up to tackle the sector's challenges and risk areas. Collaboration is also a massive part of this initiative, although each freight company has its own commercial imperatives, but there are many shared areas where we will see a bigger impact through collaborative efforts.
How is the industry addressing safety risks and improving efficiency in rail freight?
We're actively working on several fronts, so projects like the Freight Safe Insights system provide real-time data on key safety risks, and the Emerging Risks Horizon Scanning service helps us anticipate and respond to new challenges. We're also focusing on the condition of freight vehicles with programs like the Wagon Condition Program and the Wheelset Intervention Support Tool, enabling proactive maintenance. Recent research on coupler strength has even demonstrated the potential for safely increasing train length and weight So our research is also re-evaluating existing safety restrictions to ensure that they are both appropriate and not overly cautious. And we're looking at how to improve network capacity and efficiency to make the network both easier and more predictable to access.
Earlier in this conversation, we discussed the importance of lowering carbon emissions. How is the sector being supported in terms of sustainability and its future planning?
So sustainability is a major focus. We're researching the carbon emission impacts of different freight services and traction options to identify feasible ways to reduce our environmental footprint. Additionally, the rail technical strategy now explicitly includes freight, ensuring it's integrated into the industry's long-term planning.
And finally, what's the most important factor for the successful growth of rail freight?
It has to be collaboration. Engaging with freight organisations and members working together and sharing knowledge with one another is essential for achieving a safe, sustainable and efficient rail freight sector. Only through collaboration can we effectively address the challenges and seize the opportunities that lie ahead.
Well, thank you to Penny and to Elliot. It's clear that collaborative effort, focused safety strategies and data-driven innovation are key to unlocking rail freight's growth potential and its vital contribution to the UK economy. I hope our viewers have gained a deeper understanding of the complexities and opportunities within the rail freight sector. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Spotlight on Safety. We hope you'll tune in again for future discussions.